What makes different our method? 3 are the main features of our method that makes it different from the one we had when we started offering L2 programs. Our method is based on a communicative approach. We try to stay far from the traditional grammar-based activities. The whole process is adjusted to the student's profile, to their needs and proficiency level in L2. All and each activity must be meaningful for our students. What they learn has to be useful and has to have a solid meaning and relevance for them. To fulfill these 3 prerogatives, we start by interviewing our students in order to know not only their level in the target language, that is the L2, but above all, we need to know why they want to learn a second language and what they are interested in learning. Based on what we find out in these interviews, we make the groups according to the student's profile. Each group starts the L2 learning process following a sort of project-based methodology. How do we carry out a project? In a brainstorming session, we choose a topic of interest, a daily life situation that they think they might have to face in the future using the L2. Let's say, for example, that the group chooses the topic taking a taxi, because they see themselves in the need of using the L2 to take a taxi. Using again the brainstorming technique, students decide what phrases they would need to use in case they had to take a taxi, as well as a basic vocabulary for such situation. L2 teachers team translate the collected material into English. Teachers produce both flashcards and a work unit in the education platform Quizlet. Each student has a set of flashcards. They use it in class for a number of different activities that allow a progressive introduction of the sentences and vocabulary. L2 teachers team prepares a work unit on Quizlet. These platforms give the students the possibility of learning and practicing the phrases and vocabulary with their mobile phones, reinforcing the 4 skills in an autonomous learning process. Second language teachers have to keep some basic premises. Written material is never presented until the student is able not only to understand its meaning, but also to orally produce such contents within a basic conversation. Phrases and words are introduced little by little, respecting each student's rhythm. We try, especially at the beginning, to use a principle of language economy, avoiding the accumulation of different ways of saying the same thing. We strive to ensure that the students are able to use in context the sentences and vocabulary we propose them. Our teaching-learning process follows a spiral line. That's to say, we go forward from one work unit to the next one, but we go back systematically so that we go over expressions and vocabulary we have already worked on. And last but not least at all, communication is the priority. Grammar mistakes and slight pronunciation errors are unimportant if we can achieve our goal, which is the communication in the target language. What about the student's evaluation? We prepare each unit in 2 levels, beginners and advanced level. We hold an evaluation session at the end of each work unit and a review session every 3 units. At the end of the work unit, the student is able to follow a basic conversation about the topic, either with the teacher or with another student. A student's self-evaluation is quite important. Each student decides to go forward with more phrases and vocabulary. It is the student who decides if he or she masters the content and may or may not go ahead.